brown.
We're gonna drop a women playlist. I'm gonna make sure that there's a women's playlist so that you understand how to operate in the game of women. First of all, if you don't understand a woman's psychology and you haven't done background work, you haven't done your case studies of your own with the women that you've dealt with, here are the things that you need to know before you even engage. Before you go outside, before you do anything, bro, you need to understand where you sit on the table. Are you in a place where you have money to spend on other people? Are you in a place where you want to spend money on other people? Are you in a place where your energy is even correct to be in other people's space? The thing where people get it f***ed up, it's not that you need to go have all the time, find women all the time. No, but you need to know how to do that when the time arises for you to do so, right? And a lot of y'all don't put in the time to understand yourself enough so that when you get to that position that you can go there and do it with a good conscience and feel good about what you're doing. If you go in after business and you quit your 9 to 5 and you don't have that much money and you're trying to figure out business and this, that, the third, and you just jumped off the deep end to pursue your dreams and whatnot, then it's grind mode for you. Like, don't even, and that's very different than somebody who's already in the business game looking to continue to scale, maybe. Again, grind mode still, but you have a little bit more wiggle room. If you're somebody who wants to have a wife, understand that. Do you just want a one-night stand? Understand that. Understand where you sit in the game currently before you play it. Now it's time to play the game. It is time for you to punch your card in and get active. Do not lie. Whatever the circumstance, don't lie. Don't lie. You don't need to lie. Shorties will hear the truth and they'll lie to themselves, right? So you don't need to do too much. She's gonna take that truth and build whatever lie around your truth that she wants. We all lie to ourselves to a degree. Think about the last girl that you saw that was dumb and crazy attractive. Your emotions get a little flustered. You get a little flustered. You're like, damn, I really want her. Don't know what to do. Right? This, that, the third, right? And so you get all a little squirmish. You might not fall onto the systems that you would have for other women because maybe she's just so great. Whatever. You start lying to yourself about that shorty. The same thing that you do with attractive women is the same thing they do with the men that they deal with. So why would you lie? Allow them to make up the fantasy of their own, and at least you have the integrity to say, yo, I didn't lie about my current situation. I did not lie about what I want from you. I did not lie. Lying is a non-negotiable. Just tell the truth. Everything else will follow. You need to figure out what your intentions are behind the shorty. Is the intention to crack it, or is the intention to wife it? It's not to say that you're a horrible person for cracking. It's not to say that you're a great person for wanting to wife. Who knows? But don't lie and say that you're something you're not. Do you want a short-term fling or do you want a long-term responsibility? You can aim towards whatever your life path is. I can't tell you what your life path is. Your parents can't tell you what your life path is. The shorty that you're taking out can't tell you what your life path is. You must understand, where do you want to be at in life right now? And if you deal with this human being, are they somebody that you want long-term or short-term? And so you need to have that in your brain no matter who the shorty is. But the understanding is that I'm going into this for sex or I'm going into this for a shorty that I can see building with, right? That then takes two different routes. If you're taking the route of I want this as a short-term fling, understand that that may come with some complications because you're not doing a deep dive to history and understanding a person, right? Unless you're looking for a sneaky link that's a long-term sneaky link, right? This might be a side piece sort of thing. But if it's a short-term fling that you're just trying to crack and be done, express that. So I'm not really looking for a relationship. I'm actually in the market for a short-term game, and I'm looking for a little summer fling or winter fling. Who knows? Need to be booed up. Make a joke out of it, right? Keep it light. No one really likes to be fucking felt like they're about to be used and discarded. But at least if you're on the understanding that, yo, I don't really want something short-term and I may discard her, and then she also is on the mindset of I want him just for a short-term thing, but I don't want it for a long-term, then you're both on the same page. But you don't need to make it so blunt and say, hey, I just want to fucking leave you. No, keep it light, keep it springy. That's what these little flings are. They're supposed to be little balls of energy, little quick spurts of energy. But understand, it comes with a downside. You don't really understand the person, the spiritual attachments that you get with a person. You'll yearn for them after you're having sex with them. Imagine you have great sex with a toxic person who's stuck over her ex, and her ex is some crazy dude. Comes with consequences. Be careful when you do these little flings because it may put you in a spirit that you're not used to because you're touching and you're intertwining with somebody. You're laying down with a shorty. And this is not to say don't do it, but this is for you to be cognizant of the fact that it comes with its own consequences that may reveal themselves over time. You want something a little more long-term? This is where the game must now really be played. You don't need to take her out to some extravagant date if you cannot do so. Even if you can do so, you wouldn't even want that big of an investment. Take your time. Take shorty out. Here's my ideal date. And you can ask any shorty that I've dealt with on a basis of I want you. They've gone on this date right here. See a shorty, right? Make the date. Tell her what you want to do. Tell her you're going to need her from from this time to this time. You might have to make it a weekend depending on your work schedule. Take shorty out on realistic dates, not these dumbass sit down at a fancy restaurant, drink wine and blah, blah, blah. Fairy tale. Fuck no. That's not what you're gonna do with that shorty every single day. No, I want a real scenario. This is how this date look like. Pick shorty up. Coffee. That's the first thing I'm going to go do. Let's either go to Starbucks, let's go to some cute cafe. Let's sit down, drink coffee, and have conversation. Or tea, whatever. The point is, it's lightweight. It's not gonna be an expense on anybody's behalf that's crazy. Out the way. Why am I gonna invest to get all dolled up and have you get all dolled up for us to go out and no, it's dumb. Coffee date, morning, quick conversation. Let's banter in a deep manner. Not, oh, how's your day? What are you doing this weekend? Blah, blah, blah. No, I have you for about 6 hours. Cool, let's really dive deep then. The first couple don't need to be these hard jabs like, when's the last time you was in a relationship, this, that, the third. No, it can be lighthearted, right? What is something that, what's your toxic trait? And keep it light, bro. As long as she's laughing, you're good. Keep it light. What's your toxic trait? The fuck? Sip on your coffee and listen. She might bluff. Yo, it's keeping it light. Ask the questions that aren't too penetrating, but you get to understand who you're dealing with in front of you, right? What are her interests? Figure out what she likes. You don't need to ask a direct question to get that direct answer. No, you need to ask a question that then has deeper roots to why that's the answer to that question. For instance, if you want to know if she's an introvert or extrovert, maybe you ask her, where do you find that your energy lies positions, or what makes her feel great at home or going out? You're not looking for, oh, I like to go to the club, or oh, I like to read at home. No, it's, oh, I like more to be in a house because it drains my energy to be outside. Introvert. Oh, I like to be outside and mingle around people because that gives me energy. Extrovert. It's not to say these are definite answers, but it's to give you a better understanding of who you're dealing with. First couple questions don't need to give you a basis from which you understand somebody. Okay, cool. You've taken her out on a breakfast date. Now it's time to actually start moving on this date. I'm bringing you to Target. Roll with me. Let's go to Target. That's next. Got the coffee in hand. Maybe got the little biscuit. Maybe the little breakfast sandwich. Straight to Target. Fuck y'all talk about. And I'm gonna make sure my whole blood clot house is empty. I need to re-up on everything. Bring her to Target, bro. Shorties love Target. 2, it's almost a time for you to see how you operate with me in an open space publicly. How will you help and assist me? I remember taking a shorty to Target right after, bro, we literally had, I'm giving you the step by step. We went to have coffee and then we went straight to Target. Story time. We went to Target and I'm looking for shit. I'm like, fuck, because you know Target got like JB, this other shit on the other side of the place. You really can't figure it out sometimes. I'm asking, I'm like, damn, I need to talk to the assistant because I can't find the place. So I need somebody to help me find whatever. Before I could finish, shorty's already off to go talk to the person at the end of the hall or end of the aisle to go get her to come assist me. And it's not even like she came to assist me and talk to me. It was shorty already knew what I was looking for and went to go find shorty. This is the point of the Target date. The Target date isn't, oh, we just kiki holding hands walking down the fucking aisle. No, it's to see how you operate in real life scenarios without me having to say shit. If shorty didn't go get the assistant, that's fine, that's cool. But it's only an added benefit that, yo, she went and grabbed the person and told the person what I needed. She's paying attention. Okay, cool. That's another personality trait that I may be looking for or not. So you have to assess the person you with. Take time to study and see what the person does in certain environments, right? After a Target day, keep it light. Go to the grocery store. The fuck? You got everything you needed from Target in the house, regular things. Maybe I'll talk about cleanup things, blah, 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 blah. Now I need to see you, baby, and what you like to eat, boo. How do you operate when it's time to eat? What you eating at nighttime? What you know how to cook? Figure out what she does in terms of her comida. What does she eat? Yo, it's an actual thing. You have to know these things because, bro, if I'm a gym bro, right, and I want to eat lean and eat this and whatever, no processed foods and lean towards certain shit, I will understand that in my brain, then watch what she does. She want processed food, she want Twinkies, she want this and that and the third and ra-ta-ta-ta-ta. Then, bro, then she not for me. Sorry. Well, at least you understand that part right there, she may not be for you. So go through the grocery store. And on my particular date, what I did was I took her to one of those, what do they call it? One of those Asian markets. And we got food that she never heard of. Not only are you assessing somebody, but you're giving somebody an experience that she's never gonna forget. You take a shorty to Asian market to buy fruits that she's never tasted in her life and give her an experience and buy her all these fruits that she's whatever, and then she falls in love with a fruit and she's learning things from you, bro, she's never gonna forget you, bro. There's never gonna be a time where she's like, oh shit, fuck, dealing with a dude who just is a bum and whatever. Create values in a way that you won't kill yourself. You buy a $50 bag of various Asian fruits that she's never seen in her life and goes home and she has them. She's gonna go share with her group chat and her friends. She's gonna love you instantly. instantly because you're giving her experience that she's never had. And I bet you no nigga has ever taken her to a fucking grocery store. A shorty rather have a fucking bag of exotic fruits that she's never had before, depending on what style of shorty she is, over a fucking $70 steak that she could get any day of the week. Come on now. You're in the business of giving shorties experiences. Do that. Give her an experience. After that, I want to see how active you are. I'm about to take you to do something active. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell, what I'm trying to frame here? Instead of doing the generic, oh, pick you up, 7 o'clock, go to dinner, try to hit the first night, fuck all that. I don't really care because I'm gonna hit at some point anyway. Sure, it's available. If she wanna, go ahead. But the idea is that if I want a long-term connection with somebody, I want to see how you operate in every sector of life. And the only way I can give you a correct diagnostic is if I take you out into all the other different places of life. And so that's what you must do. Take them out into the different parts of life that you also find interesting. Don't take her to the movies because you can't talk to a shorty in the movies, nor can you assess her. After you know this exotic fruit, feed her. You have to feed these dates. If you're going on 6-7 hour dates, bro, feed her. Feel free. Go take her out to lunch. Now we can actually sit down and chat and get a little deeper. I call it the hot seat. Ask hot questions. Questions that make shorty think. Things that she probably didn't want to uncover by herself. Maybe she needed someone to talk to, because a lot of people, me included, you also probably included, you have a lot of shit in your brain that all you needed was someone to sit and just listen and be a soundboard for you. It's not that you needed advice. It's not that you needed an opinion. You just need to get it the fuck out because it's just been sitting there. And maybe that helps you uncover some other shit. Sometimes all you need to do is ask the right questions to get the right answers, but also to put her in the mood of being comfortable with you. Not only does she feel safe, but it's not a threat when she then brings up some other shit that may pertain to something she told you at that lunch. Is that not what you're trying to do for a long-term relationship? You're trying to bond and make a connection strong so that she feels comfortable and that she can trust you. Ask penetrating question, ask the right question. Depending on how the lunch goes, right? Because people can either become very reserved when it comes to sensitive information, or they can spew out too much information to now I know a little bit too much. If you start to make all these red flags, then it's time to go, right? So if you uncover some red flags that you don't like, get out of there. Simple. So this is that part where if the date continues to go swell, continue to feel her out and don't be afraid, don't be scared. If you're a healed dude, you should have no problem talking about your story too. Be an open book if this is the shorty that you're looking for. There are things in my bag that I don't really give a fuck about that others would go crazy about and try to reserve because they're not healed. So you gotta that's what I was saying. You have to understand where you are in life, because if you're not healed and you can't talk about hard shit I would talk about my life, the hardest parts of my life to anybody, right? Don't really give a fuck because I've already healed from them. I'm okay with them, right? So don't be scared to throw those on the table as she uncovers her stuff as well with you. It's okay. Y'all having a real conversation. And as long as you feel safe and she feels safe to express yourself, go ahead and express yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with it. After you figure out if this is the shorty that you want to continue with or not, this is the pivotal time, because you can go home or you can continue a date. Take her out to go do something, right? Go do anything. This is now free range to do whatever, because it's the first link. Oh, it's already maybe what, 4 or 5 in the afternoon? Do what you want now. Go sit down at a park, go talk, go walk, go whatever, because you know when the chemistry is right, bro, you could be anywhere and talk with a shorty. You could be in a car and put down the sunroof and kick back and watch the sky as y'all talk about whatever. It don't matter, right? So this is that free range area where it's now it's like, yo, let's go on a walk for the park. Let's go do something a little bit more fun, a little more active, a little more, how competitive are you, right? Maybe you go take her bowling or some shit middle afternoon. I don't know what you like to do or what there's to do in your state, but figure it out. Maybe take her to the gun range. You know what I mean? Like take her golfing. Who knows? But you got to prep her and let her know that that's what there are certain things going to be happening during the day so that she has a bag and is dressed correctly for that occasion. Again, you're still going to have conversation. All of this is for figuring out what style of human she is. If she doesn't like sports and all that, maybe you don't do something like golf, or you don't do something like the batting cages or whatever. She don't like, or she like guns, take her to the gun range. You got to figure her out also when it comes to those things. But at least, even if she isn't, she'll appreciate it because she probably never done that before. Niggas be whack with these dates, bro. Listen what you, like, think about what you're going up against. You're going up against dudes who take her out to lunch and dinner. I'm trying to take shorty out for breakfast, Target run, fucking grocery store. I'm trying to explore. You know what I mean? Shorties will appreciate that. So even if it's not something she normally does, she's still gonna appreciate it because it's not in the norm. No one does it, right? So feel comfortable with taking her out. Now, go to the fancy restaurant if this is a shorty you feel like is worth investing in. Hey, on the fly, be spontaneous, right? Figure out what she likes. Like we said before, there's only like a couple categories that you could do, pasta, sushi, or steak. So to really figure it out, which one she likes. She want Italian food, she want fucking Asian food, or she want the classic old fucking barbecue. Who knows? Figure it out. Then you just go there. Go to the best restaurant, depending on how much you want to invest or how much you want to put down that day. At this rate, you could be putting down anywhere from $150 to $500, $600, $1,000. Who the fuck knows? The bill is up to you. That's why it's a first date, first engagement. Pay the bill and do what you do. She's gonna follow you if you lead. So lead her into where you want to be and what you want to do, and she will just follow suit. Do not get caught up in this idea that it needs to be all glamorous and crazy. If the way that you operate comfortable, she's going to follow suit and be very comfortable with you. At the end of the night, are you going home or is she coming with you? You might have been talking to her for a whole week and the first link is, oh, I want to come home with you. Okay, cool. Then yeah, have her come home with you. But then there's other times where maybe it's like, she don't want to come, have her go home. Have your place ready enough so that when a shorty comes, she can then feel comfortable with being in your spot. If she wants to come with you home, allow her to do so, but know that your house better be in order. You better have that glass, that wine for her to sip on. You better give her more experiences that aren't just the norm. It doesn't take any absorbent amount of fucking energy to make shorties feel comfortable and give them good experiences. It doesn't. You buy a few wines, a white, a rosé, and a red. Come on now. You should always have the Prosecco on that. I'm sure they want a mimosa. You have those 3 bottles, that don't cost more than $40 to always keep at the crib. Figure it out and keep that at the crib all the time, bro. If she wants to come over and have a nightcap with some liquor or some fucking wine, it should be available. There should be no scrambling like, and it also don't need to be like, oh, I wanted this and you don't have it. No, just have a little category of everything. Tequila, rum, whiskey, come on, vodka, 3 types of wine, Prosecco in the fridge, some fucking chasers because not everybody drinks straight, some ice, bang, a good movie, watch, or talk more. You gotta get out of your fucking head when it comes to this dating, and you gotta stop thinking that the generic bullshit that everybody else does is gonna work for you. That's not the case. Stop it. Because the second you fall in line with all the other cuck niggas that do all the bullshit, you're not gonna get anywhere, bro. You're not. You have to stand out. In this world, you must be able to stand out. Stop accepting average as your norm. Stop it. It's not helping you. Not in your life, not in business, not in making money, and certainly not in getting women. Because if the only thing you're doing is taking shorties out on a night date and then expecting them to what? Come home with you after having stayed? You did nothing but eat. There's no talk. There's no adventure. There's no understanding, right? By the time you get her home with the date I just lined up for you, by the time you get to your crib, if she wants to come to your crib, y'all have so much to talk about. And also, y'all still have the fucking fruits from earlier that y'all can start to taste together. Better yet, if you fucking, like, I've been to Japan, I've lived there, right? So when I bring these Japanese fruit to you and you start eating them, it's like, oh, what's this? And I give you history on where the fuck to find this shit. Nigga, game over. Game over. Now you're knowledgeable in different sectors. The fuck? She ain't no nigga. Ain't nobody telling her this shit. Ain't nobody giving her this experience. She's gonna be blown, bro. So this is why I tell you, your life needs to be able to have enough like interest. It has to intrigue somebody. The vision that you have of your life and the way that you live it needs to be intriguing to people. People must find your life interesting to want to be around you. And that's everybody. It's not just women, it's not just businessmen, it's everybody. Live a life worth telling people so that when people hear it, they're like, damn, I wish I could do that. Right? So again, prep. It's all about the preparation when it comes to women. It's not just about, oh, I want to have sex. Oh, I just want this. No, figure out where you at. Find your intentional lane. Do you want a short term? Do you want long term? If you're going to do long term, be prepared to actually prep and do what you do, right? And prep sometimes is simply just going out and running errands with her and then having a nightcap at your crib. That's it. Make her feel comfortable and safe. After the nightcap at the crib, does she want to clap? Maybe she do. Maybe shit get thing. But this is, again, why your crib needs to be stable, because you better have some fucking, you better have the fucking towels and the fucking washcloth and the fucking facial wash, CeraVe, you know what I mean? No sponsor. Have the little face scrub that she can scrub her face. Have the Q-tips, have all that shit ready, bro. One, not only does it show that your hygiene is something that you take care of, but it gives her the opportunity to actually let her hair down and relax and feel safe. The fuck? I'm not saying you need to have a robe for every shooter that comes over, but I'm saying you at least need to have your house in order so that when she comes over, she feels good and safe to do her regular nightly routine. And if she decides to sleep over and decides to give you some front, that it's not going in vain and she gotta be fucking cringe because, oh, I'm not clean, I'm not this. No, go do your thing, boo. The fucking sugar scrub is on the left. Yo, you see what I'm saying, bro? You could do it. You just fucking up. You just fucking around, bro. And if you're not even, if your headspace can't even manage what I just said to you in this whole video, then what I suggest you do is work on yourself first. Work on making sure that your image is right. Work on your vocabulary so that when you speak, it sounds articulate enough so that women find you interesting. And then work on creating and garnishing experiences that you can then give somebody else. So when I went to Japan, I fell in love with Asian fruits. Now, when I'm here, back in America, all I do is go to these Asian spots to get the fruits that I enjoy. And so if I ever go on a date, it's like, yo, do you want to try them too? Yes, of course. Give people experiences, bro, that they'll never forget, because even if it doesn't work out in the long run where you're not going to be with her, she still has that in her brain, and maybe the next thing she do is go to this Asian market and grab all the Asian fruits. But you know, the funniest thing is the only nigga she going to think about when she go there is you, because you brought her there first.
Boy, Mr. Brown.